Hi, this is IK. Welcome to Redux Dev Tools. I have Redux Dev Tools in my Chrome browser, and this screen, if you don't have, you will see download from Chrome. Not from Chrome, but download Redux Dev Tools. And I have remove from Chrome. Redux Dev Tools. After you install Redux Dev Tools, you will have, after click to type keyboard F12 here, Redux, and what I see here, it is init, it is first opening, it is, or I take a refresh here, and what we have initial value. This is initial value. We can look at here. It is 6 reducers and 6 initial value. Counter 1, counter, post. There is a 2 post like initial state. Users, we have 3 users initial state. Comments, we have 2 comments initial state. Replies, we have 2 replies, and replies 1, 2 replies 1. Every array, it is all value. In the value here is object, counter 1 and counter, but posts, users, comments, replace and replace 1, there are array. Array numerate members from 0, and every array there is a name and length properties. Length is for example, length of these 2 posts, 0 and 1, length is 2. It is a number of members. Value is 2. It is 1 plus last number of members. Here is the length of this array users. Length is 3. Last member is 2, and plus 1 is 3. 3 members total. There is a user's state. When you look at here, state is 1 object state, and here is a children count. And here you can look at that initial state and look at concretely members ID 0. It is a plain object, a key value, name value, ID, properties value, properties ID, properties username, and we can go down to every. It is initial state. We can have here initial state to see here, and value counter 1, value 0, counter value 0, but here it is object, but here post, there is a 2 post, 0 and 1, and we can look at in detail every post. ID, title, content, user, date. ID, it is initial value, but when we add, it will be, we add the title, content, users. Date, reactions, date and reactions coming by prepare. ID coming by prepare. Reaction, pardon, title, content, and user coming by form. And other field, ID, date, reactions coming by prepare. By prepare. By payload. And prepare help to aggregate all fields. Look at here. Post slice, post edit, reducer, prepare. Here is title, content, user ID, return, payload. Payload is all this, and that payload is here. Payload posts, initial value. Here it is. ID, title, content. It is initial value. When I add post title, author, content, save post, here it is, and look at here. Now we have three posts, 1, 2, 3 posts. You look at square brackets means it is array, and every member is in curly brackets. It is object, and I can click this. Here it is. We see. Look at this one. Look at ID. Here is in 0, ID is 0, and here it is ID 1. It is number what I write here, but when I add post add by form, I have ID like this. ID like this. It is string. It is random string. Random string, and every post will have a different ID. ID must be different. It is unique identification of every member in array, of every post. And that unique identification is there is in other array, and name said what is it, what is important. It is important both for reference to some post, reference to users, reference. And reference is possible only if every member there is unique identification. That unique identification produce for us function nanoid, what coming from Redux Toolkit. Because it is here, we need it import that. And the ID, you see initial value. I create initial value, but here payload is ID is function nanoid, produce random string. Properties date produce new date object, and method to string produce this field, these properties of payload. And when we look at now here, we must dispatch method give to give to reducer action. What action? What is action? Action is object, plain object, action. But slice must give us possibility to code, to script all about reducer and action creator. But slice, we don't script explicit. Action creator equal that. No, we create. We have a function create slice. What coming with Redux Toolkit, and that creation slice give us possibility and give us rules for write. It is plain, create slice is plain object, and in that plain object it means that it is in curly bracket, and we write, we script, we code name of name must be, properties name must be, but name is our choice, what we want, how we want name. Name is descriptive main. This is a slice about post, and here is a plural posts name. And we have initial, but look at here, we have reducers. We have reducers, and that reducers is all until down. All until down. All until here. Look at this, click and square brackets around. Let's go up. Look at curly brackets opening and the square around. It means that after this properties value, name and initial state, we have reducers, and it is in all slice. In all slice we have name, properties, initial state, comma, comma, and reducers, plural, column, and in curly brackets we have properties of that object. Curly brackets here means that we have that start object, and again it is plain object. It is a key value. It is name of properties. It is properties. But here in reducers, this post added properties is again object. We write it in form of object, but we know that post added can be also function. It is here post added, it is properties, it is object, it is variable. but because there is no this, and there is no braces. But when we write like this with column, it is object, it is variable, it is properties. And here, for post edit, it is better form, because this post edit properties is object with two property, with two function. Look at here, it is a function. It is function. But I hope that it is possible write like properties, and here we have this, and all work like before. Also here we can write column, and here we must have arrow function. Here it is, and nothing changed. I can control. I can control this. Yeah, it is here. Add a new post. Initial. We have here initial post. All working like all is normal. Normal work. Here is view post, etc. And it must be big confusion for me when I start this when I start learn JavaScript, at first Angular, now React, because when you look at when you read blog, when you read courses, sometimes said you read action creator, action object, reducer function, but when you look at it in that, you ask yourself how it can be function, how it can be look at here, how it can be function reducers, how it will be, how can it will be function when it is right like this, because my knowledge from before is obstacle to me. I would like to heard about some total beginner, if there is like that, because many people convert yourself to JavaScript from before programming experience. But if there is a, and I hope they sense like me, they confused like me, that who translate yourself from coding, for example, in PHP, or coding in Java, in C++, when coding is that, and people who start from zero, who first time go in world of programming, go to learn programming, what they think, how they see that reducer technology, JavaScript 6 version technology. I would like to heard in a post comment. because I think that I a lot of time give to that confusion, my confusion, but that beginners cannot be confused. If I said in the beginning, if I said at first that in JavaScript variable is object, is a variable, is function, object, variable, function, that is, it is same, it is synonyms for same things. And after that, if I go with example like here now, it must must remove confusion. It is very, very simple to remember that we all the time we write curly brackets, object, and plain object. Plain object is that in curly brackets and the pair key value. But object, there is a properties and there is a method. It is knowledge from, and it is same knowledge. What I learn many years and work, but now it is also knowledge, first principle for programming. Object, there is properties and method. There is nothing more out of that. Properties and method. Method is function, properties is again object, again variable. But now in JavaScript, when object variable is the same thing, where object equal method, it means properties. Properties of object can be again object. When now we know that object equal function, and we look at that in example, that we can write format of writing, format of coding can be properties value, and that value here is properties value, but here is a string value, and the name is properties. But when value is function, like here, it is here value of reducer, key value, reducer is properties. But that properties, value of that properties is a function, this arrow function. And because of that, reducer is method. Reducer is method. When we look at here, post added is properties, and that properties, there is two methods. Reducer and prepare. Post added, there is two methods. Prepare is also method because here it is right, it is coding, scripting as properties. Prepare. But value is function. Value is function, and because of that, prepare is method. Reducer is method. And this post edit, click here, square box, and look at here, square box. It means that two method post added is properties with two method, but post added we look at as a parameter of dispatch. parameter of dispatch, post edit. Every parameter of dispatch, let's go to look at add post form, dispatch. Where is dispatch? Here it is. A method dispatch always have a parameter of method dispatch always is here. Always is function. Always is function. When function equal object, when function can be object, when function can be variable. And because of that, function can be parameter of some function. Here is a dispatch function. There is for parameter function, post edit function, post edit properties from there. Post edit is object, but also every object can be coding and is function, can be function, and this post edit can be function. And here we have post edit is function because there is a braces, and inside braces there is a title, content, user ID. This parameter, post edit, there is a parameter title, content, user ID. Do you know what is it? It is form. Look at in form. Title, content, user ID. Look at in form. Title, user ID, content. Title, user ID, content. Save post. Here it is. User ID. Three properties, and because here is a tree, right? After dispatch, we have a set title to nothing, set content to nothing, set user to nothing. And back to here. Title, content, user ID. Here, look at in post slice. Title, content, user ID. It is in properties prepare. Properties prepare. Here we write field, we write variables, what we have in form, what user give by form. But look at prepare. Prepare is equal function. It is look at, don't oversee that. It is function, and that arrow function, parameters, argument of that arrow function is title, content, user ID. But in body of action we have return, prepare, return, complete payload. And this is very, very interesting. Action object, plain object, is payload and action type. Here is action type, and here is prepare is payload. Action type and payload. It must be coding in slice, here in create slice. We must coding that like key value pair. Yeah, look at key and column and value. Initial state, reducer, column, value, curly brackets. All is very plain object rule for coding. But inside that now you concentrate name post, it will be name of reducer, and initial state must go, but after that reducers plural, and in curly brackets you must declare type of action type, it is here, action type and payload. Here payload return will be function return. We call prepare, it is method because value of prepare is function. Also reducer is function, is method, because value is function. And function prepare return. Look at yes, this arrow function return payload, and payload is properties, is key, and in curly brackets we have again object key value, and here it is ID value, date value, title content. Title content here like this means directly it is variable, title variable, content variable, and or title object, content object. It will receive value from form because it is without column and without value. Value coming from form, title, content, but user ID we don't write by hand, and user ID coming is coming, what you can see in other component, and reactions. But we type these two, but user ID we don't type. User ID exists in advance, and because of that we don't type it. Because of that we have here user ID like this. It is difference between title and that three variable, the three object coming from form. But the difference is title, content, we type. Title in input box, content in area, text area. But user ID we don't type because user ID exists in advance. Because we have users list, here it is. We have users now, and every users now have ID. Go back to post. Now, when I look at, I take that username, content, say post. It is by, look at, by this user. And here it is. And because of that, user ID exists in a separate list. There is separate form, users form, add form, etc. Can have separate delete and complete CRUD, can have separate edit and complete CRUD for users. Delete, add form, user add form, delete, edit, and list that, read that to see that in the screen. Back here. And the reactions is again object with the value. It is value. Again, we must declare, we must initiate, we must declare with our fingers, type on type keyboard, action type and payload. And together, action type and payload means action object. Action object. And we need from slice, from create slice, and from our scripting, we need action type and payload. It is action, and here it is always action type and prepare. We have a payload. Look at user ID reaction. We need payload. Let's go to C. I'm going to reducer. Here we are. I must again add here in Chrome save post and F12 Redux, and now when I add I have 3 posts, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 posts. Look at here, post edit. Now I add, it is post edit, posts slash post edit. It is action type, and the action type is members. It is filled in object. It is in action object, and that post edit means determine what to do with payload. Post edit, but payload is here. Posts. Here is. Look at it is payload. There is all what prepare send. All field is here. Reactions. It is payload. It is payload. It is from prepare. Post edit. Post edit is action type. Payload action type means action object. Dispatch, give to reducer, dispatch, function dispatch, dispatch action object to reducer. Is action object to reducer. And the reducer know what to do. Object said, type of action, action type, post edit, and payload. What to do with payload? Arrived to reducer, to input, arrived payload, and action type said do that with payload. Let's go to users, save users, again users, save users. Now look at this, that history, that navigation. We must choose this and to see that user added. Now is user added 2 times. We have 3 users. Now we have 5 users. Users 1, 2, 3, 5 users. And this is numeration of index of automatically index of array, and here is ID 0, 1, and after that we have this string 3 and 4. And now when I add user again, look at here. Yes, look at here. I look at that. I see that that new user, but no, I must click here in action. It is phenomenal for some control, for test, and for looking how it all work. This Redux Dev tool, developers tool, here is for Chrome. We can click on every of these and see. When we click in it, we have initial state, all state. And users slash user edit, posts slash post edit. What give that name? Not me. It gives slice, but it give we by writing postus. Here it is, and post edit. Postus post edit. It is reducer and prepare. But reaction edit, post update, post delete, let's go that. Users post delete, post delete, but I must click here and postus delete again, delete, there is no one. I must here click on this one and post delete. What we delete? Post. There is nothing. Here it is. Post is empty array. Post is empty array. Refresh. When I refresh, I have a initial value. Now, when I click, look at, I must click on init that I see initial value of all of this slice. It is big confusion if I record video and I spoke in video. I create this video for myself. I like that somebody explain me like I explain to everybody by my video or directly, as it. And I like explain what I understand, and by lot of experience I have I success in that, in face or by video, and it is feedback to me, and I have success in this job as teacher, and I like it more and more because I am success in that. And I said you that my reason that I am teacher, that I am professor, is that I like explain by first principle, by by core business of that. I want when I learn, I want to search for some principle, for some structure, and I spoke about that structure, and how memorize all this confusion. There is no more confusion. There is no more confusion because we now know that after initial state here and after this create slice and object post slice, we must set a name. We must write name, and name is always plural and descriptive name. Posters, commenters, users, replies one, and it's it. And initial state is initial state. Here it is. And reducers, and we must here write coding concretely here for this post edit, reducer and prepare. We must always, in every slice, we must declare what to do with payload. We must declare payload and what to do with payload. And create slice will take this posters and add to that slash, and after slash post edit, or after slash reaction edit, after slash post update, after slash post delete. It create a slice. Because of that, Redux Toolkit is something phenomenal. Because I will not like reducer with Redux before this version. I think it is version 4 of Redux Toolkit. Redux Toolkit is genius. You look at it, is first time for me that create slice, create all for me. And create all for me. I must say this element, name, and give name, initial state, reducer, what to do, and write payload. All others, for example, we export that it is object post slice dot actions. Export that actions. All that is action creator. It is function. That function create. Object. Action object. It is action function creator, post edit, post update, reaction edit, post delete. It is action creator. They create object, action object, plain action object. They write instead of me curly brackets, and inside that type of action, and inside of that payload. And dispatch, and the dispatch take it object to reducer. Here we must know something else, that this kind of writing, plain object, this is the structured assignment, where we in one row we have name of 4 variable, we have name of 4 function, We have name of 4 objects in only one statement. It will be before at least 4 statement. And post / post edit, post s / post update. Look at plural. Post s will be, and after that slash, and after that this name. All name is descriptive name, and there is no confusion. And export this and export default post slice reducer. Also, reducer. What is name of reducer? Function create slice will decide what will be name of reducer, and we here what is counter one slice, counter slice, post s reducer, not slice. And all that coming from slice. We have 7 slice, and we have 7 reducers, and the name is counter 1, but it is name of state. But value coming from here, counter 1 reducer. It create that name create slice function, not we, but we create this name. We create this name. Let's go to see view post and comment view post, edit post, save post, edit post. Now it is, look at AA, and we post edit, post s, post edit, users, user edit, post s is plural because it is a state of all post, plural, but post 1, it is singular, updated. Also users plural / user edit, user singular, user edit. And we must click on that we see users now 1, 2, 3 coming with 3 initial was 3. Now I add 2, and here it is all 5. We know how many members in array there is. We know 4 plus 1 is 5 members, and it is properties of array. It is length. For array we know length, and we know length, and we know name, and with that characteristic go in memory. Name is starting point, starting bit, starting address for array, and with length know how many position in memory take with length. But also known is this index 0, 1, 2, etc. And with name of array, and in square brackets we can write index. It will be variable for that members. It was users, posts, reaction. Reaction. Look at post reaction edit, plural, posts slash reaction edit. When we click here, reaction edit it is posts second. Okay, let's go to see posts. We have initial post and this post. Look at reaction. Reaction is 3. I click again this one, post reaction, but I see that here I must click on posts slash reaction edit. Action type, action payload. Action type, action payload. Look at in form, posts form, add post form, add post, singular, post, because we add post by post, but posts, plural, is array, complete array. Let's go to see add post form and dispatch. Parameter of dispatch is function, because function equal variable can be parameter of. And that post edit function, there is this parameter. And thanks to coding slice, post edit will produce from this parameter, and other in the background of prepare and reducer will create object payload and action object payload and create action type of action. Post edit, create type of action. Thanks to this kind of coding that we have post edit instead of object, it is a lot of less doing programmers, developers, less than before. Because when we have here object, action object, we must coding a lot of that we have here object. It was before. Because of that, in every place about React, in every place about technology based on JavaScript 6 version, always, and functional, it is a functional, because function equal object, function equal variable, it is functional programming, and it is big decrease our job, man's job, lot of. And you look at when you look that post slice again, it is nothing of code, and you can write it with closed eyes when you take exercise and when you take a routine, and very little for typing. Verse before, because we don't need type a lot of code type for us background type for us this functional functional programming. If you like this video, like it. If you want comment, comment. If you want share about video in your social network, and share it. And you subscribe if you like it also. In the future, I will produce video like this, and if my pronunciation is slow for you, you can choose faster to YouTube. You can choose faster. I try to faster. It's good for 2 times faster, and it's okay. But I don't believe that I ever spoke faster than that, because I am a learner like you, and I very enjoy understand something deep and explain it deep like that. And because you nothing comment, I believe that you like it. Numbers of subscribers grow up, and more and more subscribers coming, and I believe that there is a people who like my way of explanation. Thank you for watching this video. See you next time.